Howdy, folks. Buddy Walls from NeedCoffee.com here. Back again for another Wayhomer review. Here's how it works for the uninitiated. I have just left the cinema. It's behind you that way. And I have seen a film. And I'm going to tell you about that film on my way home, because it just saves time. And today, we're here to talk about Battleship. Okay, so Battleship, synopsis. Naval war games happening around Hawaii, and an unexpected thing happens in that aliens show up. Fairly unexpected, I would say, and start trying to kick Earth's ass, which is for the most part what aliens do in films. And it's up to a plucky young destroyer person to try and stop them. That and him and his crew. And that's really your synopsis. I mean, that's pretty much it. Okay. Let's start with the elephant in the room, so to speak. In that this is based on the board game by Hasbro. And if you, like me, grew up playing the board game Battleship, you probably thought, aliens? I don't really recall any aliens in the board game. I recall there were two groups of ships. You had one on your board, the other person had theirs on their board, and you were trying to knock each other out of the water. You were trying to sink the battleship. And you would think, okay, if you're going to make a movie about Battleship, maybe you could have some kind of taut drama about naval warfare, something kind of like K-19, the Widowmaker done correctly or something, and you could have that kind of claustrophobic, dramatic thing of being in a, anytime you get into those ships, because it's not like they're roomy, they're not built for comfort necessarily, so they're built to blow things up. So it automatically feels constricted and claustrophobic. You get in there, you might think they would do something like that. But no. This is Hasbro from a film perspective, the same people that brought you the Transformers movies. In which, at least with the Transformers movies, you could say, well, robots trying to kick each other's ass, that's what the toys were, that's what the movie should be, and they couldn't even get that right? It's like, I know for a fact, just like there's no aliens in the Battleship board game, there's no quote-unquote Shia LaBeouf comic relief in the Transformers toys. Thank God. But anyway, so they can't get that right. How in the world are they going to get something like this right, where you just go, what? So, yeah, we've been seeing the trailers for months, and they made it look like complete and utter arse. Now, well, let me just tell you this, an observation that I made. I saw a 10 a.m. showing. Now, I know that that doesn't start at 10, and I know that they show 15 previews or whatever, commercials and whatnot. But let me tell you this. Something happened. Something actually happened. That something properly blew up, in other words. I checked my smartphone for its clock, not for anything else. 10:53 a.m. That's when the first thing happened. Where you just went, oh, because you're thinking, yeah, alright, Battleship. At least stuff will blow up, right? It's a summer blockbuster tentpole thing. At least I can trust that they'll get right. The one thing they should do is blow a lot of things up. The first thing really blowed up at 10:53 a.m. Seriously. I checked my phone on another occasion. it was around 11:50 when I actually started to enjoy something in the film. And I can't, that's that far into the film, I don't want to reveal anything to spoil the one bit of goodness that the film has. That's the problem with this review, is that there is one really good thing that I enjoyed, specifically, and I can't tell you about it. Now, I will say this, because I'm going to go ahead and tell you the cup rating. It's a 2 out of 5. Now, you might be thinking, oh, Widge, I didn't expect you to give that a 2 out of 5. Surely you would have given it much less than that. And you're absolutely right. I would have. Because some of the dialogue is atrocious. There's one huge, absolutely tremendous plot hole in the entire thing. Okay? That you know, one of those, well, this could be fixed really easily sort of things. Nobody addresses, or seems to. So, yes. So it kept slowly sliding down the rating scale, because every film sort of starts out about 2.5, and then where it goes from there is entirely up to the film. But they got me in one of my weak spots. And it's not necessarily a weak spot, it's warranted. In that, it's established very early on that this is a film, because it's dealing with all this military stuff, it actually has a great deal of respect for veterans. And I have to say, not having served myself, I have a great deal of respect for people who have served. Because I would have been crap in the military. So I respect people who can do things that I can't. And I especially have respect for people who have protected my ass and my freedom and my ability to drive a car down the street talking to you, all of you, my imaginary friends. So yeah, I mean, it gets huge points for that. Not enough to save it, but I will say this. Veterans and Aliens, that would have been a better movie, okay? So yeah. Part of the problem as well is that poor Taylor Kitsch hasn't had a very good, I mean, from a standpoint of quality, this film has probably made its money back. I don't know what it's going to do this weekend. There's a pretty decent crowd there for a 10 a.m. show, all right? But I will say that they gave him a character that's fairly unsympathetic. That you think, wow, if the aliens would just kill this guy, things would probably go a lot smoother. That sort of thing. So there's some definite script problems. There's some definite what do we want the audience to do problems. And there's some definite why isn't anything blowing up yet problems. Because we don't show up for these films for, the deep character development or the drama or the whatever else, because the film is simply not equipped to handle that sort of expectation. So what you need is stuff to blow up. And stuff does not blow up often enough. Like I said, probably for, even if you say, okay, 15 minutes of, there's like an entire portion of the film that's all set up of everything. So that's part of the main weakness, is that it doesn't hit the ground running. It feels like it's going to, but then you just go, oh no, this is the we're in the doldrums, to use a slightly naval term. Doesn't really affect them anymore because they have engines, but you know what I mean. We're stuck in the horse latitudes. Jettison the horses and blow something up. Anyway, so I mean, that's the main problem. You've got a decent supporting cast of folks. Rihanna's actually okay. She could have been played by anybody, but I mean, there you go. But it's just very uninteresting and not a lot of fun for the vast majority of the movie. And then when it finally gets fun, you go, well, where was this fun? Why have you been hiding this fun? You fun misers? Why? Why have you done this? Because I hate to say this, but this could have been a film worth seeing. Really. And I'm not saying it's not worth seeing at all. I'm just saying, don't go to the big screen and see it. Why would you do that? In fact, you'd be better off going to see Avengers again. I don't care if it's your third time. You'd have more fun. So that's the thing. I mean, the good news is it's not as bad as it could have been. The bad news is it's not as good. It actually could have been a hell of a lot better. And I honestly wish it was, because when you see the good parts, you just go, oh, if whoever had written that part, came up with that, had just been said, here, take it, run with it, it would have been awesome. And if you do see it, take a look at your watch and tell me if you don't agree that, okay, now it's on. No spoilers, but now I think it might be on. Almost noon. That's what kills me. My ass is falling asleep. Anyway, so, I mean, there you have it. It's a 2 out of 5. I would say, don't go see it. Wait. Save your money. Even if you don't go see Avengers, save your money, right? It's going to be out on Blu-ray in 3 months. See it then. Catch it on Netflix. Even if you actually spent money to rent it, I would understand that. If you were like a Naval War hardcore fan, that would make sense to me. But don't go see this film. Don't. I mean, like I said, the only thing that would have saved it and made it a lot better is if Woola, the dog from John Carter, had showed up to save Taylor Kitsch's ass one more time. That would have been great. No spoilers, but that did not happen. Anyway, so there you go. Hope that saves you some time and effort and coin. Thanks so much for watching these. If you do enjoy them, bear in mind that all of this stuff has to get paid for. So the movie tickets I buy, the gas costs money, the car costs money, that camera costs money, my therapy costs money. So if you want to support us, even if you do something like 99 cents a week, 99 cents per Wayhomer for me subjecting myself to all these films, that would be helpful. Needcoffee.com/support is where you can go and set that up. And it's because of people like you who have already supported us that we're able to keep doing this stuff. So thank you so much. It helps more than you know. So until next time, I will say bye.